The first video comes from the YouTube channel Exploring with Brad, filmed during an overnight solo investigation deep inside a forest long tied to disturbing rumors. By day, the trails are quiet and scenic. At night, they tell a different story.
Guy up in there, and he was crawling up there and they were running around. So it was really crazy evidence to capture on the SLS. I've never seen anything like that before. So be sure to check out that video. Be sure to check out the last Randonautica video. But anyways, as always, let's get this party freaking started. Yeah, I don't know if that...
Brad enters the woods armed with only a steel baton and his camera, openly acknowledging reports of a serial killer once linked to the area, along with rumors of paranormal activity and Bigfoot sightings.
I'm not actually doing Bigfoot hunting tonight. I was going to save that for our new show and our new series that's coming out, Barry's Bigfoot Hunter. Be sure to check us out. So tonight we're kind of doing paranormal overnight camping and stuff like that. There's a story that I've actually picked up. So there was a serial killer here, and he stabbed two teens and killed them in these forests. And this forest is actually massive. It's huge. It goes all the way around Barrie.
As darkness closes in, the forest grows unnaturally still. Then the sounds begin, branches snapping, heavy movement just out of sight, and what Brad describes as distant screams.
Okay, I heard that. It sounded like a scream coming out this way. I don't even feel like saying hello or anything like that because whatever it is.
He sets up near a massive boulder known as Witch Rock, a location rumored to host old rituals. Using spirit communication devices, Brad receives unsettling phrases referencing death, greed, and unseen figures.
Yeah, this is Witch Rock. We're right here. Wow, I heard that sound. It's not far from the Witch Rock. Braden told me all about this place. Said that they used to do seances up here and stuff. Like actual witches, like from way back. And people have spray painted and everything on this rock. It's a massive stone. Like a big...
The atmosphere shifts rapidly. Growling echoes through the trees. Footsteps circle the camp. Something moves with intent.
What the hell was that? Come on. Oh man. Oh frig. What was that? Oh man. Oh, that sounded like a growl. Some sort of creature. That's scary.
Hours later, Brad jolts awake to gunshot-like sounds and screams cutting through the night. Panic takes over. Convinced he's no longer alone, he abandons the camp and flees through the forest.
Walk left. What the fudge? I heard gunshots. And somebody screamed. There's something going on here. There's something going on.
Your hair.
Oh, for frig's sakes. Oh, for frig's sakes, what's going on? Another gunshot. Here. All my stuff. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay, let's go.
Whatever followed him never appeared on camera, but it didn't need to. Stay calm. You are hearing what she did and went through. You are experiencing it. Late one evening, alone at Ring Mill Campground in Ohio's Wayne National Forest, the creator behind Nowhere Bound admitted something he never had before. He was scared. Not startled, not uneasy, genuinely creeped out. Earlier, the evening had felt normal. He walked the area with his dog Juniper, checked the stream behind camp, and tried unsuccessfully to start a fire in the damp woods. Across from his campsite stood an old abandoned homestead, dark and silent.
Right across from us is the old homestead. In the middle of the campground, we have a pavilion. And right across from the pavilion, we have the pit toilets.
The other campers nearby packed up and left, but their tent remained standing, untouched. No lights, no voices, no explanation.
Take a quick look in here. Very clean, actually. Lightly used. This is a self-pay system. You get an envelope, fill it out, put your cash or check in the box, and there's a little tab you tear off and hang it on your rearview mirror.
As darkness settled, the forest became unnervingly quiet. Too quiet. Strange animal calls echoed, sounds he couldn't identify. Juniper grew restless, pacing and staring into the trees. He closed the blinds, turned on noise, and tried to ignore the building just 30 feet away.
Once in a while I hear strange animal noises that I've never heard before. I think they're frogs. There's multiple whippoorwills, and I don't hear whippoorwills very often. There's one. So I think I'm just going to have a snack and call it a night. I'm not going to cook anything. I'm not that hungry anyway. So although the weather has been beautiful, it's a little creepy right now. And I usually don't get creeped out. But we're going to just get in the camper, hunker down, try to get Juniper to settle down, and I'll talk.
Sleep barely came. Every creak felt amplified. Every shadow lingered too long. By morning, he admitted the fear had been real, not imagined.
Talk to you when we get in there. But I have a question for you. Would you camp right across from a building like this? Let me know in the comments. Juniper is official.
I felt afraid for you. That place was creepy and scary. Deck 2023, in the quiet province of Nueva Vizcaya, Philippines, solo traveler Boy Perstame settled into his campervan after days of peaceful exploration. Rain tapped softly against the roof as the night stretched on, calm and uneventful, until nearly 2 a.m.
Kasarapan ng tulog. Pumapatak ng bahagya ang ulan. Hindi ako ginising ng lamig. Ginising ako ng mga tahol ng mga aso. Ang nangyayari? I promise. Mag-aalas 2 na madaling araw to. Madilim na sa video.
He didn't wake from the cold. He woke to dogs barking. Frantic, aggressive barking, echoing through the darkness. He stepped outside, rain pouring down, listening. The dogs circled the road, barking at nothing he could see. No footsteps. No voices, just tension.
Anti-insekto. Kompleto yan. Hindi naman siguro papasukin ng ulan dito. Wait lang, gusto ko rin makita ninyo yung ano ko. Yung view ko. So yan. Kalsada yan dyan. Tapos may mga kabahayan naman dito. May mga kabahayan dyan. Kalsada rin dito sa baba ko. So literal na nasa tabing kalsada tayo ng setup ng tent. Bukas na makikita niyo kung anong itsura nitong pinagbuklatan ko na.
Then the barking changed. The dogs suddenly ran, fast, as if something had charged at them. Boy froze. There was no person, no animal. Nothing visible in the beam of his light. Only movement and fear.
Pero enjoy na lang natin. Yung dalawang bata sa loob ng camper van natulog, ako sa roof tent. Medyo natatakot sila kasi first time nila matulog sa loob ng camper van. Pero wala naman ka kung dapat alalahanin. Nasa tapat kayo ng bahay nyo. Asya, good night na sa inyong lahat. Kita tayo bukas. Meg. Kasarapan ng tulog. Pumapatak ng bahagya ang ulan. Hindi ako ginising ng lamig. Ginising ako ng mga tahol ng mga aso. Ang nangyayari? Mag-aalas 2 na madaling araw to. Madilim na sa video.
He laughed it off, joked to the camera, but his voice wavered. The rain, the darkness, the empty road, everything felt wrong. He admitted he didn't really believe in these things, but stories from other campers flooded his mind.
Campers, normal lang sa kanila ang maka-experience na ganito. Nawiwirduhan lang ako. Yung mga aso merong tinatahulan, paikot sila. Tinatahulan nila, pero wala naman akong nakikita. Hanggang yung mga aso ay tumatakbo, na tila parang merong hinahabol, pero wala naman. Hindi naman ako natatakot. Nagawa ko pang magbiro. Hinahantay ko lang may tumayong white lady dito sa area na to. Joke lang. Natakot sa sarili ko eh. Asya, sige na. Good night na ulit.
The dogs never stopped watching the road. By morning, the place felt normal again. But that night left a mark.
Di ba makiat?
Napakalamig.
Morning po. Ito ang pinaka-the best na spot na tinulugan ko sa tabing kalsada. Malamig.
Just after midnight, on a quiet stretch of highway in the United States, solo car camper D from the Channel D's roads pulled into a rural rest area, expecting nothing more than a quick stop to sleep.
You know that rest areas located in rural areas experience more crime than those located in urban areas. And around 41% of highway drivers do not use rest areas due to fear of crime. Those stats are available at the link in the description.
She had planned carefully, researched locations, and trusted this place enough to slow down. But something immediately felt wrong.
Safe location. So I personally don't feel comfortable not planning out where I could possibly sleep when I'm car camping, especially when it's a situation where it is boondocking and it's free and it's not like a campground type of situation. I take my safety very seriously. I did a specific video on this, so if you're interested in watching that, on what I do to make sure I am safe where I am sleeping, you can go ahead and take a look at that video.
Cars were everywhere, engines off, lights glowing, yet no one was outside. No couples, no families, no late-night travelers stretching their legs, just silence, except for one man. He paced near the restroom building, back and forth, watching every vehicle that entered. When Dee's car rolled in, he noticed instantly. He left the restroom area and walked straight toward her, eyes locked on her driver's seat.
And as I'm getting closer, I realize, okay, it's a man, and he starts walking away from like where the restroom area building is, and he starts taking the sidewalk down to where the cars are parked. Okay, at first, no issue, just keeping an eye out. But I'm still thinking, why is this the only person like out? I didn't even see, like, there were glass windows. You know, usually at a rest area, the buildings have the big glass windows so you can look in at nighttime and see if there are people there. There was nobody except for this one man. So what I was going to do was I was just going to kind of like I said, immediately I was kind of like, this doesn't, like, something is off. And so I was like, well, I parked right in front of kind of like where the sidewalk comes down from the restrooms, and I parked almost right in front of that sidewalk.
As she slowly eased into a parking spot, her instincts screamed. The man closed the distance fast. 6 feet away, he motioned urgently, asking for help, gas money, a ride, pointing far down the lot toward a white truck.
But just in case. So before I could even hit reverse on my car to back out, the man is probably about 6 feet away from my driver's side door. And he's like doing one of these motions, like this, like, you know. And in my head, I'm thinking, you know, a lot of things run through your mind. You think, does this person actually need help? Does this person mean me harm? What is going on? Does somebody else need help and he's coming to try to get help?
Then another car pulled in, 2 people inside, and the man ignored them completely. That was the moment Dee knew.
Where the guy is standing, and then they park right here. And I noticed there are 2 people in this vehicle. And I can't help but to think that when he pointed down at the vehicle, that was some kind of signal, because here's why. To those people who had just pulled up, they never got out of their car either. And they just kind of sat there. And I really think that when that man pointed down at his white truck, I really think that was a tactic to distract me. I really thought that he thought I was...
She slammed the car into reverse and fled. Later, she realized something chilling. He never followed anyone else.
I still believe that a decent man would not approach a woman at midnight for money, period. And number 4, he did not approach the car that pulled up 2 spots away from me, either because it wasn't a person by themselves or because they were a part of whatever was going on. So that's my take on it. I firmly believe that if I wouldn't have hit reverse and got out of there, that something bad probably would have happened. I think that guy would have probably either tried to rob me or steal my car.
Gut instincts don't lie. Glad you left and stayed safe. The next disturbing footage comes from the YouTube channel Jasco, filmed deep inside the Pine Barrens of New Jersey, a forest infamous for disappearances, gunshots, and sightings tied to the Jersey Devil.
Claiming to see things darting behind the trees in the back, voices, screams. Guys, this place is crazy. We've been here for a few hours already, and the things that we've experienced are so downright terrifying. It'll send chills down your spine. And not only that, but there is a old, abandoned house deep in this forest that we will be visiting tonight. It's gonna get...
While exploring a remote trail late at night, Jasco stumbles upon something deeply wrong. A discarded backpack filled with burned clothing, loose pills, spent shotgun shells, and scattered personal items. The deeper he searches, the worse it gets. Shoes burned black, more casings, a flashlight abandoned in the dirt.
Please no skull, please no skull. Oh, what is that? Oh, they're shoes. Oh my god. Why are they burnt? Ugh. What's that shining? Those are... Oh my god. More bullets. Okay. Guys, I cannot shake the fact that something really bad must have happened here. This is burnt. It's so, like, old, it seems. I don't know. Obviously, it's cold out here. Ugh. Ugh. So I don't know if it's, like, frozen over or something, but... Ugh. Well, at least there's no skull.
Then he notices movement. Between the trees, a dark figure appears, tall, motionless, watching. Moments later, distant gunshots echo through the woods. Jasko retreats to his truck, but the forest doesn't let him leave quietly. A scream cuts through the night, sharp and human, yet somehow wrong.
To the left, on the side of the road up there, it genuinely looked like there was someone standing. It was a dark,
It was very big.
dark figure.
That was a big figure over there.
This is gonna be still. Hello? They were doing all these sorts of things. But at the same time, I just think it's really strange. We heard what sounded like gunshots, but like it was after they drove past us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very strange. So, guys, listen. If you haven't yet, hit that like button because this place is absolutely insane. If you want to see more videos like this, more camping videos, make sure to let us know down in the comment section below because we're curious what you guys want to see more in 2026. Do you want to see more camping videos, more paranormal investigations? Do you want to see other? Comment below. But yeah, guys, seriously, thank you so much for...
As they attempt to sleep, something taps on the vehicle. A door sensor triggers. Then, a light appears behind them in the trees, pacing their escape. They flee.
F-150's security system has detected vehicle intrusion.
Dude.
As we're hearing what sounds like tapping on the
Oh my.
alarm triggered.
That's actually crazy.
Back rear passenger door.
That's yours.
Rear passenger door.
Passenger? I haven't opened that. You wouldn't grab your camera out of that side. You never touched this door?
Yeah, I never touched that.
I didn't get
door.
out of the car because I'm chilling. Okay.
What in the world is going on?
The Pine Barrens swallowed whatever left those belongings behind. And judging by the way it followed them, it may not be finished. I'd like to see more abandoned building being explored. The hype on those videos are wild. June 2021, high on the Lancashire moors near Shining Tor in the United Kingdom, the creator behind 6M Outdoors headed out for what should have been a peaceful solo wild camp. New tent, calm weather, familiar ground. Nothing about the night suggested danger. As evening passed, the wind died completely. By the time darkness settled, the moor was unnaturally still. No breeze, no insects, no movement. Around 2:30 a.m., he woke, needing to step outside.
And so, I've wanted it for years. I headed out on its maiden voyage in the Peak District, well, near Macclesfield actually, to a place called Shining Tor, and it was its maiden voyage. Let's get some Chianti. Parked up. It was a nice sunny afternoon, not too dissimilar to today, the weather we've had today. Headed off up Shining Tor. First time I've been there. and it was blowing a gale. I'll leave a link to that video above. But I set my tent up, I was really excited. Brand new tent, Rolls Royce tents, a Helleberg, and it was great. Really enjoyed myself.
Unzipping the tent, his headlamp cut into a wall of thick mist, so dense it looked like smoke suspended in the air.
You could see the individual particles, like thick. It was like smoke. It was just silent. I just had a feeling something's not right. So, crept out of the inner and stood up. And there was not a sound. The air was like still, deadly still. So, stand up. And I just had this sixth sense. I thought,
the silence was absolute. As he stood there, a feeling hit him, instant and overwhelming, that he was not alone. His body reacted before his mind could. Hair stood up. His stomach dropped. Then, through the mist, he saw it. A tall, slender silhouette stood motionless near the trig point, not moving, not approaching, just watching.
Scared. And there was this horrible, dark, slender silhouette standing to the left of the trig point. And it was quiet. And there's particles of mist swirling in my head torch. And I could see this thing just stood. And it was like the shape of this elongated shape. I swear to God. And I felt sick, almost froze with fear. Finished what I was doing.
Turning his back to it felt impossible. Every instinct screamed danger. He retreated into his tent faster than he ever had, sealing himself inside and hiding until morning.
I'm telling you, 100%, my body was telling me there's something bad there. Got back into my tent, zipped it up as quick as I could, straight into the inner. I put the sleeping bag over my head, and I was absolutely terrified.
He later said it was the only time he's ever been truly afraid while camping. Nearly had a heart attack when that growl and pick came up.